Hey all, welcome back to my channel, Hyperparameters. Specifically, welcome part 2 of dictionary method. So, in part 1, we have seen what a dictionary and how dictionary could be used in real life. So, in this video, we are going to see what are all the changes we could to make to a dictionary and how we could update them or if we could delete any elements or something. So, yeah, let's get. This is how generally a dictionary data type will look like. After designing a variable name, you will open a curly brace. Next to which you will be creating a key. Followed by that, you will be having a column. And for that key, you will be assigning a value. Similar to that, you could have number of key value pairs. If you have key value in between, if you have a column, you call that a key value pair. Inside a dictionary, you could have number of key value pairs as per your requirement. And finally, you will close the dictionary with a curly brace. This is how a dictionary data structure will look like, data type will look like. So the first dictionary method is clear. If you are following my channel, you might have known what is the use of clear. In list and set data type, we have already seen that. What is the use of clear? If you are aware of it, just pause the video and comment below what might be the use of clear dictionary method. Yes, I believe most of you might have guessed it. This is generally used for after creating a dictionary. What you can do is you can remove all the elements of a dictionary and you can convert that dictionary to an empty dictionary if you made any mistakes or if you want to remove the elements of a dictionary which you might not need in future. So for that what you could do is you could remove all the elements. So for that purpose, this is the syntax. First I'll be creating my dictionary. This print is optional, completely optional. That is used because that I just want to show you guys how the dictionary is going to look like in the initial stage and how it would be printed after removing the element. So first line I'm creating dictionary, after which I'm calling that variable name dot and using the syntax dot clear, which is going to remove all the elements from my dictionary. And finally, by printing my dictionary, I'll see the output as empty dictionary because this clear method in dictionary removed all the elements. For this, I'll be seeing output as this whole dictionary. And for this printing statement, I'll be seeing an empty dictionary. Let's run this cell and see it out. Yeah, that's what I told. Next method we have copy. This is also something we have already seen in list and set methods. What is the use of it? If I do not want to lose this particular date, lost this particular date, in future there are chances my team members or even I could accidentally make any changes. But this data is very important. In that scenario, if I lost this data, there are chances it might create a problem. In that scenario, what I could do is I could create another variable, new variable, and I can just copy this values, key value pairs to a new dictionary by just using the syntax my dictionary dot copy. In this, my dictionary is a variable name where I stored my existing dictionary. So by just using this syntax of dot copy, what I am going to do here is I am copying the whole dictionary to a new variable. Even if I miss the existing dictionary, what I could do is I could just access this dictionary by calling this variable. So I could avoid the problem of missing my data. That is the reason why we always create copies. Here also we are creating a copy of dictionary for that purpose only. Next we have a new method. This is something that you are seeing for the first time. From keys, what might be the use of this is used for, look at this description, you can understand very easily. It is used for creating a new dictionary, given keys and a specified default type. So which means I'm going to create a new dictionary, but in a new way, not similar to how we created here or here. What I'm doing is I'm creating a list first. Inside a list, I have several values. So I'm having that name of a list as keys, inside which I have elements like a, comma, b, comma, c. I mean, I have strings. Next to which I'm creating a new variable, inside which I'm using the syntax. Dict dot from keys is the syntax I'm using. So after that syntax, I'm calling this keys. inside which I store the list of all values. So I'm calling this keys, comma 0. This 0 is going to be assigned as a value for every keys that I've created here. So all these elements of this list are going to get converted into a key. And for all keys, I'll be assigning this particular value as a value. So now I'll be having output like A as a key, 0 as a value. B as a key, 0 as a value. C as a key, 0 as a value. Let's see the output. By printing this, this is the output that I'm getting. This is the use of from keys. Get method in dictionary is generally used for accessing a value of a particular key just by calling the name of a key. This is the dictionary that I've created. Next to which I'm using a printing statement, and inside the printing statement I'm just trying to use this dictionary method mydict. After this calling this variable mydict, I'm using this dot get dictionary method and I'm trying to access this value of a key A. So what is the value that I stored inside this particular key? 1 is the value that I stored inside this key. So the output would be 1 for this particular line. Next to which I'm trying to search for a key that I do not have in my dictionary. So generally if I didn't give printing statement like this, the output would be none. But I'm specifically giving the printing statement whenever I search for any element that is not there, I want my output in this format. That is something that I could customize it. So the output now would be 1 for A, and C is something that we do not have as a key. So the output would be value not found. If I didn't specify this string here, I didn't specify this output here, the output would be like this, none. So I do not want this none as an output. That is why I'm specifying this is how the output would look like. Value not found. This is not there as a key. Likewise, you could customize it. Items. So items is something used in a dictionary for printing all the key value pairs in my dictionary. First, I'm creating a dictionary. Followed by that, what I'm doing is, inside a printing statement, I'm just calling my variable name inside which I created dictionary, and I'm using the syntax dot items, which is used for printing all the key value pairs. What would be the output now? All these key value pairs would be printed in this format. This is how my output would look like if I try to print all my key value pairs using dot items dictionary method in Python. In dictionary, we generally have less number of methods compared to other data types. So we just have few more. What's keys? Keys is used for, but just by looking at the name, some people might have guessed what it might be. Just for printing the keys of my dictionary, I'm using this dictionary method. So I created dictionary like this, and I'm trying to print my keys using this dot key dictionary method. My output would be the keys alone will be printed. What are all the keys? A and B is something that I have as a key for this dictionary. Let's see the output. Yeah, that got printed this way. Pop. So in previous video, we might have seen pop in set. What is the use of pop in set? It randomly removes an element, but in dictionary, pop is used for specifically removing an element based on a key. If I am giving a name of a key inside dot pop, that key value pair alone will get removed from my dictionary. So just by specifically giving A here, this particular key value pair, it is getting removed. And finally, if I am trying to print the value, so inside a value, I am removing it, right, by using dot pop. So this particular value will get printed if I try to print the value. But if I try to print my whole dictionary after doing all these process, this particular key value pair got removed. And finally, I just have this B and 2. That is the output that I'm going to get for this print my dictionary. Next, pop item. So pop item is generally used for removing an element from the last corner. So in this dictionary, the last key value pair will get removed. So we do have two key value pairs. What is the last key value pair? For B, we do have 2 as a value, right? That is the last key value pair. So this alone will get removed. And when I print this print item, the element, that key value pair that got removed will be printed. When I print this whole dictionary after removal, the remaining key value pair will get printed. So that is the use of pop item. Next, set default. This might be quite confusing when you just look at this name, but try to understand this. Look into the description, you could get some clarity. Returns the value of a key. Okay. So whenever I try to call key and a value inside this set default dictionary method, the value alone will get printed. If this particular key value pair is not there on an existing dictionary, it will get added. So that is what I have given here. Insert key with value if not exists. That is the use of set default. So in this dictionary, we do not have this key and value, right? So I have a dictionary. For A, I have 1. For B, I have 5. These are all the two key value pairs I have in my dictionary that I have created. Next to which, inside a variable value, I am trying to use this dot set default dictionary method and I am adding a new key value pair C and 6. So now these two values got added to my dictionary because these two key value pairs are not there. If these two key value pairs are already there, just this value will get printed. Let's consider we have B here. Instead of C, we have B here. And I have 5. So now no changes will be happening inside this dictionary. Instead, I will have 5 here and as an output, I'll just have this dictionary itself. So that is the use of set default and dictionary method in Python. Next, update. It is a simple method which is used for adding a new dictionary to my existing dictionary. So what is the dictionary that I already have? A, for A as a key, I have 1 as a value. Additionally, inside dot update, I am adding a new dictionary. Just by defining a new dictionary, what will happen here is this particular key value pairs will get added to this existing key value pairs and finally a combined dictionary will get formed. So now for A, B and C will have key value pairs. Yeah. And now this is how the update dictionary method in Python works. And finally, values. This is something you might have clearly guessed what it will do. Similar to keys dictionary method, it will just print the values. These are all the keys. A and B are the keys and 1 and 2 are the values. So when I run this coding, the output would be 1 and 2 because those are all the values. I believe that you understood dictionary methods clearly. And if you have any doubts, without hesitation, you can post them on comments. And that's all for methods when it comes to built-in data types. So if you have any doubts on the built-in data types that we have learned till now, you can ask them in comments. We have learned about what all the meaning of those data types and how we could make changes. So that is what we have seen in part 2. I mean the methods. So if you have any doubts in any of these topics, you might have the second thought, what would others think if my friends see these comments? Never have them. Just post them in comments and ask it because it's your life. You decide your future. Bye for now. We'll see you in next video.